Hello everybody, Rope Fox here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock. This is episode 37, and we are currently in the middle of my little town, which is also my base area. In the last episode, we just finished placing in this automatic honey farm over here, and since then I have done a little bit more work, so there's actually a building around the farm now. So that is looking pretty cool. Now, unlike the other buildings where I actually hide the farm completely behind walls, like that, we have the cow farm behind there, so it looks like, a meat shop. And then we have the stone shop over here that is hidden behind that, and also the bakery, which I guess I forgot to put up some goods there. Guess that's something I never got around to doing. But for this, obviously, whoops, little shortcut. For this, I didn't really know how to hide it, nor did I really give it room to, but I thought we would do something a little different and actually look at the bees producing everything, because I think that looks very, very cool. But I still accomplished the goal of keeping the whole farm within the inside of a building, so I can't complain about that. And for those who haven't seen this just yet, or you didn't catch that last episode, this farm is actually based off the automatic honey farm that I did, is it 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Because, see, last Thursday was the top 10 redstone, and then the week before was the 2-in-1 Honeycomb farm. Okay, so yeah, three tutorials ago, so that has to be, I guess, three weeks ago. Man, time goes by quick. But I did that, and if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend you go check that out. And the other one that I mentioned as well, the 2-in-1 Honeycomb and Honey Farm. Man, that thing was super awesome. I kind of want to make a factory out of that. So, man, it's just so cool. I definitely want to expand that. I got a couple comments in that video about asking if it can be tileable, and I believe so. I believe all those modules can be hooked up to one lever. And yeah, anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm just thinking about redstone here. Today we are going to do some redstone, but first, there is something else that I want to get done. As I mentioned, I did a bit of building in the area, so if you didn't notice already, I have another building that I put up across the way from the automatic honey farm. Now, I'm not too sure what I want this building to be yet. All I know is I wanted another building over here, and this is going to be a little coffee shop, and it's going to be a little bit more modern looking than the rest of the buildings that I have going here. The idea is that this is kind of based off of a Starbucks, if you haven't been able to tell by the colors. And Starbucks is expanding, making its way around. They all have their certain building style, and they just happen to move in to this town. So that is the story I'm going with, and why the building looks the way it is. And plus, it's a nice little change to the building style that I have going on here, even though I'm not quite sure what that style is. Kind of just been throwing the buildings together, but it all seems to be coming together. For sure, I'm trying to mix up all the different types of blocks. So sandstone, we have our bricks, we have terracotta, more terracotta, and then more terracotta, and over here we have some hardened concrete, or right? Hardened concrete? Dry concrete? I guess concrete is dry? I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking now. Now, my coffee shop also needs banners, and so it can't say Starbucks, so what I'm gonna do is make green banners that say coffee, and thankfully these are pretty easy letters to spell out. Normally what I have to do is find some sort of website online to figure out how to make certain patterns or certain letters, but with this one, I think I pretty much have this one nailed down, but I'm sure I'll probably figure out a way to mess it up anyways. And we'll go ahead and go with that. I don't think that's how I do the F's. Oops. Okay, so that's done. And the cool thing about that is you can see with the C, O, F, I just make another one, another F, and then 2 more E's, and that will spell out coffee. Nope, we don't want that one. So yeah, very, very easy to make, and of course the loom block definitely helps out with creating these, because I'm not quite sure how... I've never been one to make banners before, so I'm not quite sure how those were even made before. I think you had to take it to like a crafting table or something like that, because, I mean, what else would you take it to? We didn't have looms. So let me go ahead and finish up these letters, and then we'll put up the banners. And I thought I was doing the F wrong, and it looks like I did, because here's the F that I made. It goes all the way across, and you can see on the Foxmart banner, that is not the case. So I thought I was doing that wrong. Well, first of all, note to self, we'll do that next time we make Fs. We need that little space there. But for this, we're going to go ahead and say that's just the style of this coffee shop. I mean, that's, you know, every business has their type of font that they like to use, and, well, that's just how they like to do their Fs. So, yep, there we go. Backstory to that, and justification for why the Fs came out wrong. And I wonder if I should have put some green back there, because if I look, yeah, I feel like it does need some green. We'll go ahead and sleep real quick. Yeah, I'm thinking it does need some green behind it, even though I kind of like the wood there. Now, I'm also looking at this. Originally, I wanted this to be a dark gray, but the concrete shop was all out of the dark gray, and I think Foxy bought all that. Oh no, my tree! I think Foxy bought the rest of those, so hopefully it's stocked back up. And I also want to place in some dark oak down here for the floor. I think that will look good. So let's go ahead and head over to the shopping area. Fingers crossed, hopefully there is dark gray back in stock. And boo! So no luck on the dark gray concrete, but there was dark oak over at Prowl Shop. And I'm wondering, has my shop made any diamonds? I think I've only seen 2 so far. But let's go ahead and check all this out. I'm always worried about a creeper being down here somewhere amongst all the redstone. And I need an easier way to get down here, but nope, that's the diamond chest. And we have 4 pebbles, which I guess we can still use. But, oh man, I guess nobody wants some RFC in their lives, I guess. Everyone is good on food, I suppose. Alright then, well, we can go ahead and head back over to the base area. Okay, as we're heading back, I do have a quick question for all of you, and that is, I thought RFC would do really well because everyone always needs food, but apparently that is not the case. So my question to you, as a consumer, what items do you like to buy from stores like we have over in the shopping area? I know everyone else seems to be doing very well, but for some reason, whatever business I choose to do, I just don't do very well. So let me know down in the comments, what are the items you go shopping for the most in a shopping district? And we can go ahead and place in our dark oak slabs. And I'm not quite sure what I want this place to be just yet, so I am placing a floor inside and not a farm. A farm can always go underneath, because right now, at least off the top of my head, I can't think of a farm that I would want to place in here. And let's go ahead and get that back. And boom, done. I think that looks good. I mean, it definitely, at least to me, screams like modern type feeling. I'm not like an expert at building modern builds, but I would say just with the style of the outside, and then, I don't know, something about the dark oak makes it feel very, very modern. And again, maybe at some point we can place some sort of farm underneath. And what I was thinking was, I'm kind of growing cactus over here. I also have sugarcane growing over there, my sad sugarcane farm. Don't have an automatic one yet, so I'm thinking maybe we can place maybe a sugarcane farm down below, because I still have my tunnel system that I can dig all the way across, or my sewer system, and go under. I think that'd be a good idea, just because after last Saturday's stream, the charity stream that we had for Rewilding Australia. And since I am on that topic, I want to thank all of you who came out and watched the stream. And for those who donated, thank you so much. We had a goal of raising $2,500 for Rewilding Australia for the Australia fires, and we ended up raising $3,100, which is absolutely incredible. So thank you to everyone who helped make that happen. And with that being said, we did an End City raid for the charity, and we needed rockets. And thankfully the sugarcane was provided to make paper, but it made me realize I don't have my own sugarcane supply. So that's kind of what I had in mind behind this shop here. I mean, kind of, you know, with the green going, kind of reminded me of sugarcane and what I wanted to do. So I think, okay, yeah, I think I'm convinced. I think I might want to do a sugarcane farm. But we aren't going to do a sugarcane farm today. I just wanted to get the building done before I never finished it. But what I need to do, I mentioned this in the last episode, we set up our collection system down below, our minecart, automatic minecart unloader, and this needs to go to some sort of supply or storage up top. So I kind of was working on that. I reversed it from what we did in the last episode, and just right now, since I switched it, we have 2 stacks and 3 of honey, 14 honeycombs, and I do have the stash going over here of all the honey bottles and then the honeycombs, and that's not even all of it, because I've already taken some of the honey bottles and I've turned them into honey blocks. And I'm kind of curious to see how many bottles I have left in each one. I resupplied the bottles after making the honey blocks, and they look okay for now. I'm not too concerned about that, but what I am concerned about, like I mentioned, is making a storage system, a proper one, on the surface for this here. So what I'm thinking is we're going to set up an item elevator that's going to go up this hole here, which is the front of the farm, make its way across, and we can go ahead and head upstairs so you can see or help or, you know, visualize with me what I'm trying to do. So that's going to come up from here. We can do a water stream going this way, and then we can drop off the items into some sort of chest here. I'm not too concerned about separating them. It's not that big of an issue for me, and I just don't want to build an item sorter just for a couple of items. That's, I don't know, just kind of seems like overkill. I think just having a water stream flowing down into chest system out here will be good enough, and we can kind of do it like my slime farm, to where it just runs out. So it comes up and runs over, and then it starts with the bottom chest, the bottom gets full, then makes its way to the higher one, or the second one up. So I think we can do that here. So we can stack, I don't know, make like a double chest here, and then have another hopper with another double chest, and I think that should be more than enough storage. So let me go ahead and get started on that. And it is all completed, and I didn't show any of it on camera because I had a bit of troubleshooting to do, and I'm not happy with it, but it does work. You can see we have some glass over on the side now. Let's go on and head down below. So what happened was I totally miscalculated everything. Well, just given the building and everything that I did, there was really no good way for me to do it anyways. So we have, you can see the honey ball going up, and I had told you I wanted it to go up the hole that was like right here, right there. Actually, I think it was one more over, right in this spot, but yeah, right there. But it wasn't going to be possible because I needed a water stream to go up, but I have track here, so there was no way that was ever going to happen. I don't know what I was thinking, so that was poor planning on my end. So I played around with it a little bit, and I ended up coming up with the elevator that goes off to the side. But unfortunately with that, as you saw, there's glass on the outside now. Yeah, there is a water elevator going up the side, but still going in the building like I wanted to, and still ending up where I wanted it to go. So you can see I'm starting to collect things there. But just how it had to happen, I'm not happy with it at all. Like I said, I wanted it to come up right here and stay within the building, but that just wasn't going to happen. So I am very, very disappointed about that. And I'm trying to think of some way I can maybe cover that up. I just throw a bunch of leaf blocks in front of it. I don't know, maybe make it like a bush. Get rid of the tree and make it a bush in between buildings. I don't know, that looked pretty bad. I don't think there's really a way to cover this up. But it is functioning. Like I said, not the way I wanted it to happen, but yes, it is functioning. There it goes, all right there. And then if we open up the chest, they are being collected. But again, very, very, yeah, it just doesn't look good. Yeah, I went ahead and just tore it down and put everything back the way it was because, like I said, it really wasn't looking good. I wasn't happy with it, and I didn't want to keep something there that I wasn't happy about. So, it's a bit of work to tear it down, but, I mean, you trial and error. I tried, and yeah, it just didn't look good. So I ripped it down, and I decided to go with a storage down below. Kind of like what I had, but now I have this little double chest going here. And I moved everything back down, so I have this all set up and ready to go. I made some more honey blocks, and we're going to have about 2 chests worth. And honestly, it shouldn't fill up this much. I'm pretty sure I would run out of bottles before it even gets this high. But you never know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we would run out of bottles way before that ever happens. So that's something I'll just have to keep track of. But this is definitely a lot better than having that glass item elevator, sticking out of the side of my build here. And that way I can keep the integrity of having this be a small town. But with that, this automatic honey farm or bee farm is all done and ready to go. The storage is complete. Now all of the honey and the honeycombs have a place to go. We have a storage system. I can plug this up now, and if anything, I'll just make some sort of trapdoor that I can go down right here, and that way I can just, like I mentioned, plug this up, decorate it, and then have access to the farm off to the side in our little alleyway. And then I'll add a door there. But this place is starting to come together. It has been, like I said, such a long time since I've actually worked on the town area, and I just decided I wanted to work on it. I mean, we've been doing a lot of redstone projects the whole season, and I mean, we still are doing a lot of redstone projects this season, but we haven't really taken much time to do any building, which I want to do a little bit more building. Just like this little park area right here. I mean, just this little area makes this town so lively. And I tried to add trees in between the buildings. And I want to do a little bit more decorating in the area. Of course, there are going to be more buildings. But all that to say, we are probably going to spend a little bit more time working in this area. There are a couple more farms that I do want to make. Only because the kelp farm down below... I don't even think the kelp farm is producing anything, to be honest. I haven't seen anything show up in my double chests above, and yeah, this thing is just broken. It's broken. I know others are having problems and frustrations with their kelp farms. I mean, it's a kind of a big deal because that is our biggest source of fuel for everything, and all the excess gets turned into bone meal, and that's all of our XP. But now that we can't farm it, yeah, it's not really, nothing's really going on there. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating. So I'm gonna have to consider another source of XP. I know when I was mending my tools, I actually had to go back to my skeleton farm that we built, I would think, way back in episode 2. I know it was somewhere in the single digits, but I've been having to go there to repair my tools, and I think this would be a good time to try to come up with some alternate XP farm design. I don't know, maybe like a huge cactus farm or something, but at the same time, fuel is going to be a huge issue. So that is something else I want to work on while building up the town. And yeah, man, this is looking good. So those are the plans. Hopefully we'll accomplish that over the next few episodes. But with that, we are all out of time for today's episode. So with that being said, everyone, this is the end of today's episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Rogue Fox, and I will see you later.